I'm out here in the desert. My parents' house is in that valley there. This is called Oro Valley. They have snow in the mountains, as you can see. Here we go. And I'm walking. So I had my X celebration, which means I now have had a wonderful separation of myself and celebration by way of Excalibur. I have been able to slay the inner dragon and recognize that I did indeed have a pathologically narcissistic mother. It's been verified and validated by both the caseworker, Becky, who works with Visiting Angels nationwide, is the company, but she's local here in this area, and Scott, the nurse. And on top of that, she's got the dementia. So before she may have had a governor, now she's not editing herself at all. So she's full throttle, mean when she's mean. Her short-term memory is ridiculously bad. And so what needs to occur is for her to have her meds regularly, and they prevent another stroke. So those are the blood thinners, the pills for hypertension, the GABA for her mood stabilization, and then a bunch of other things that are for this and that. So quite a few pills she swallows, morning and night. But most of them are 2 times, but 3 of them are just 1 time. And anyway, I have been enjoying discovering this area. I don't even quite know where I am as far as the trail, but this is the road down there. And there's people that walk on the trail, and oh, there was a little hummingbird. Oh, you see the little hummingbird? Wow, hi fellow, hello. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, hello, hello. I'll go that way then, okay. I've been out for a walk and I need to get back because the physical therapist is coming for my parents anytime between 12:15 and 2. The mother ran the first one out of the house. And she's like, what are you doing here? I wasn't there for it. My brother saw it. He's like, yeah, the guy was buff too. You could tell he worked out. Well, he's a physical therapist. I bet he did work out. So that's their view. Yeah, very pretty, huh? So yeah, it's just me, myself, and I out here. My hair is coming down. I'll turn it around so you can see me. Hi, everybody. You miss me? And I laugh like this, right? I had this joy-filled laugh. And that laugh is, for my own sanity. And it was my coping mechanism to create humor and to laugh about this stuff that's human and out of our control. So my daughter Erica and I just had a great conversation. And she is seeing this and understanding this now. And she had been giving me a hard time about masks. And I was saying, don't get vaxxed. Well, my mother's doctor told her the reason why she got her blood clot is because she has taken not only the mRNA twice, but 2 boosters. And the doctor flat out told her, every one of her clients who has had a mishap, such as a stroke, heart attack, whatever, from a blood clot, have the same history. They have taken those shots. And on top of it, my mom gets the flu shot every year. So that doctor said to her, essentially, it's an mRNA. Nobody knows what it's going to do. It's experimental. And numbers don't lie. The situations don't lie. This is what's happening. 21 deaths in 1 month. I go, that's a great way. It's not population control. It's Social Security control, if you ask me. It's like, oh my goodness, my. But yeah, so I'm getting validated from outside of myself, and it feels good because I've been having to do the inner validation my entire life. And Nurse Scott was like, hey, I don't know how you're doing it. I go, well, with lots of walks and meeting the neighbor and having that neighbor give me the best cocktail last night. That I passed right out and I missed the ruckus at 2 a.m. when my mother was yelling and screaming at my dad for moving her flashlight. But instead, I found it, and I found it in the room I'm sleeping in, which is where my mother slept the night I was gone when she was mad at Dad, and went in there to sleep. Well, that's where the flashlight was, right where she left it. But of course, everybody else gets blamed. So I told my dad, you get to stay in the house for as long as you want. And he's like, I got a great checkup. They assessed me. I'm like, yeah, you do, Dad. You're great. You can cook for yourself. You now have senior ride share, Oro Valley rides. You can call them. You can make it to your appointments. You can make your schedule and your reservations. You can do all of that. You don't have to go into a facility, but she might. And he is not unpleased by that possibility. He's just like, it's the grim reality. If the woman is endangering him, he knows to leave. He knows not to poke the bear. I tell him, redirect, divert. If someone's attacking you about something, don't answer their questions. You have to learn the gray rock method, but I can't tell my dad what to do. I'm his youngest daughter, but if he learns by example, he learned that I was very quiet and didn't answer any of her questions. And then what I did instead was redirect. And of course she got mad at me. Kathy, why are you talking about that house in Hollis? We're here right now. I go, yeah, we are. It's a beautiful day. But I did really like growing up in New Hampshire. It was really wonderful. And somebody's got to laugh, and it's tense in here. Scott was there, my dad. Oh, yeah. So I've been able to tell my dad I love him. I got what I wanted, which was I want to be able to see my dad and ask him what he wants. And he does not want to move into a facility. He wants to stay in his house, and it's paid for. So there's no reason for him to be moved. Other than so my sisters can clean that house out of all things and an estate sale and split the proceeds. So my brother and I, the oldest and the youngest, somehow made it out of becoming vile people. And it does, though, give me the insight into the very real possibility that there are people who are just plain vile in the world, and they see things their way and their way only. And they do not see things outside of their own selfish wants and supposed needs. And then they therefore act on them as if the world owes them something. And they get mad at you if you challenge their concept of what's rightfully theirs. And my daughter noticed all of that. She watched all of that. She realized I wanted what was best for my parents, not what was best for my pocketbook. And I've made some points with both my son and my daughter. And the whole fiasco has actually become something of a conversation piece with my ex and his wife, Diana, who attended the wedding. They met my parents, but they're like, I'm getting empathy from people who used to think I was the enemy. They're like, wow, she really is a decent person. We want to hate her, but we can't because she's just too cool for school. Oh, I've had this on mag the entire time, haven't I? Oops. I'm gonna be big. So I'm going back into the neighborhood. I apologize if this isn't going to come out very well, but you know, turn my video log into a meditation while you're doing something like ironing, cooking, with your own saucepans rather than having to buy new ones because your daughters stole your Paul Revere ware. Oh, that happened too. You know, injury on top of insult. My sister, the older one, the one with fake tits, the one that's not dead but dead to me, she and her daughter made off with Revere ware. When I asked them if they had it, in text, she's like, yeah, you can buy it anywhere, like at a Goodwill. And I was listening to this on text, you know, you read it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, why didn't you do that? But of course I'm not gonna say that. I'm like, all right, that's why they couldn't find the saute pan. First it was 2 saucepans, now it's 2 saute pans. So there's nothing I can do. But keep my dad in his house and do what I can to make things right with my heart and my life, and know and understand fully, comprehensively that life is to be lived, and what happened to me did happen to me. The family I was born into was the vile situation that it was, but I can make things right in my own life. I can make things beautiful in my own life. I can create and navigate this world with my open heart and with my decision to be happy and create my talents. So I am even more motivated to complete my manuscripts. And I do hope that I have y'all as buyers, pre-order sales. And I can make that happen. It's a dream of mine. And I almost come to tears thinking about it, because all these years that have held me back, I realize I can, like Excalibur, the sword, slay those evil thoughts in my mind that kept telling me I'm not good enough. Because, you know, while I was in the home, I was answering questions Scott was asking me, but Jane kept telling me, he doesn't want to talk to you, Kathleen, and like brushing me aside. And I was like, wow, that was my childhood. It's so healing to be able to be in that toxic environment and recognize that it's not me, it was her all along. Much love. I'm trying to turn this off. Hey, Ken. Is a physical therapist there?